right, this is notes 10-5. We're still on elimination. Yesterday's elimination were ones that were set up nice and pretty for us. Just to refer back to what I mean by nice and pretty, is we could easily just multiply by a -1 to be able to cancel, or it was already set up for us to cancel. But if you look at today's, you can see it's not really easy to cancel. This has a 2, that has a 1, that's a -3, that's a 4. And so what we're going to be looking for now is what can I multiply one of those by so it would give me a nice, pretty one to eliminate. So for instance, I have 3 and 4 here. Now, there's nothing I can multiply just one of those by to get an elimination. I can multiply 3 times 4 to get 12, and 4 times 3 to get 12, but that means I'd have to multiply both of these to get that. But if I look at this one, this all it needs is a -2. So I can multiply this entire one by -2. What that does is it sets this up to be -2x plus, distribute, -8y, and -9 times -2 is 18. And you can see that it now sets up where I can eliminate those x's. So it took a little work besides just multiplying times a negative, but let's see, these cancel. We have a -3 and a -8, which is -11y, and 4 plus 18, 22. Divide by -11 to get that y equals -2. Now I can go back. I'm going to go back to actually my second one. And the reason I'm going to do my second one is because, I'll show you. So I'm going to plug in that y. Because it already has x by itself. So it means I'm not going to have to do an extra step of getting rid of the coefficient in front of. But does it matter which one I use? It sure doesn't. So I have a -1, -2. I like to always at least do a little mental check to make sure that those both of those answers make sense. So I'm going to come back to this first one. 2 times -2 is -4 minus 3 times -1, which is just going to be 3. Let's see. -2 times x, which is -1, so I have -2 minus 3 times -2, which is going to be -6, which does equal 4. So yes, it worked out. I'm sorry. That was a little bit harder to do. But you can always just plug those numbers in and push true on your calculator, or equal. It's going to tell you whether it's true or false. But it's a nice little check. Let's look at the next one. So again, I have that 4 and that 3. And yes, I can multiply this one times 3. And I can multiply this one times -4 and cancel those x's out. That'd be perfectly fine if I wanted to do it that way. We can, as long as we multiply the same thing in the equation on both sides, then you're good. But this is going to be a lot easier because we have a 5 and a 10. So I only have to multiply this top one. And this is, Adeline changed that, already a negative. Because I want one of them to be negative and one to be positive. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. This one's going to become 8x plus 2 times -5 is -10y. 23 times 2 is 46. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this one. I can see that these two cancel really nicely. 8, 9, 10, 11. Add those two together. Ooh, that's a big number. Of course, it's a nice multiple of 11 because we haven't really dealt with decimals or fractions when it comes to these. And again, it doesn't matter which one I choose to replug it in. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. So 3 times my x plus 10y equals 31. So 21 plus 10y equals 31. Subtract 21 from both sides. Okay, and I got the coordinate 7, 1. Can plug that in and double check if I want to. 28 minus 5 is 23, so it did work out. That's just me mentally checking. You can check on a calculator. You can check and work it out. I do recommend you checking it, though, just because. All right, sorry about the upside down copy. I'm not real sure. It did it on my next packet also for our next chapter, so I'm not real sure. All right, so let's look at this one. Now, some of you are going to say multiply it times 5, because then I could do 15 and negative 15. But did that eliminate one of my variables? And the answer is no. I want to eliminate a variable. Okay, so I've either got 5 and 2, which, let's be honest, I'm going to have to multiply both of those, right? I can't do 2 times something to give me 5. Or I can do the 4 and the 3. It doesn't matter which one you do. It doesn't matter if I multiply the 4 and the 3. It doesn't matter if I multiply the negative 5 and 2. In class, we're going to choose, but let's think about this 4 and this 3. Some of you looking for what they have in common. I can multiply this times a 3, and that's going to give me 12s minus 15t equals 9. And then I need one of them to be a negative, so I'm going to do this times negative 4, because that's going to give me a negative 12. Plus negative 4 times 2 is negative 8t. Negative 15 times negative 4 is 60. So these cancel. Negative 15 and negative 8 is negative 23. Equals 69. Divide both sides by negative 23. And I'm going to get t equals negative 3. Go back to either of these. Doesn't really matter which one. So I'm going to do 3s plus 2 times negative 3 equals negative 15. So 3s plus negative 6 equals negative 15. Add 6. Negative 3. So I'm going to check it mentally to see if it worked. So 4 times negative 3 is negative 12 minus 5 times negative 3, which is negative 15. So negative 12 minus a negative 15 is going to be a positive 3. So that's my solution. Okay. So my goal is to get one of my variables to be the same coefficient, but one being positive and one being negative. And I might have to multiply both of those equations by something to get it to work out that way. So I want you to try number 4 by yourself. Go ahead and try it, and I want you to pause this video, and I want you to push play when you're done, and we'll talk about it when you're finished. Alrighty, hopefully you gave it a try, and yours may look different. It's okay, because I could have chosen to eliminate the A or the B. I'm going to choose to eliminate the A. So 3 and 5, 15 is what I think of, so I'm going to try to make a 15 and a negative 15. So I'm going to choose to make the top one positive. You can choose to make the bottom one positive if you wanted to. It doesn't matter. There's so many different ways to do this. So if you did this one differently, please do not erase. Wait and see. So I want to make a negative 15a now. So if I multiply it times negative 3, so negative 15a, negative 27b, I almost put 21, sorry. Whew. And 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. A's cancel. B's leave a negative 7b. 10 plus a negative 3 is 7. Divide by negative 7. Whoever wrote this one really liked those negatives, -3, -1. Sorry, -3 was from problem 3. So let's go back to one of our problems. Does not matter which one I go back to. All right. So 3a plus -4 equals 2. I think we're all good at this point. Some of you might need some more practice on the other. I'm going to do a mental check. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times -1 is -4. That will equal 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 9 times -1 is -9. That does equal 1, so it does work out. All right, tonight's homework is to do, my goodness, my copies are all kind of out of whack. Sorry. To go ahead and do the systems of equations elimination. Okay, it is front and back. Tomorrow, which is Thursday, we're gonna do a review / quiz. For you at home, it'll just be a review. In class, we'll do it as a quiz. And then Friday, you're going to take a test over this. So please, if you're having trouble, please ask questions. Message me, email me, whatever you need to do. All right, thank you.